what's up, Jetix here, and welcome back to another Terraria YouTube video, our top 5. Now, in this top 5 list, I'm going to be going over my top 5 magic weapons and some good uses for them. So, in this, it really is my top preference. These are my preferences, so don't get mad if I don't put your favorite little magic weapon inside this video. Like, don't just hunt me down and be like, JetX, I'm going to kill you now because you didn't freaking put the cursed flames in this. And yeah, I'm not gonna put the cursed flames in this, so sorry, all those people that I already made extremely mad. But with that said, let's get into our 5 spot, and let's do this. Okay, so in our 5th spot we have the golden shower. Now, the golden shower is it's not a primary magic weapon, but it's more of a secondary magic weapon. Even though it's fully capable of killing mobs, it is more of a secondary magic weapon because it will lower their defense. When it does this, it's actually extremely helpful, and not for it seems to be more helpful for boss battles and not so much just fighting small things. But it is a really good magic weapon, all the less because of its debuff ability on mobs. And yep, that was our 5. So let's get into our 4th. Let's do this. So in our number 4 spot, we have the Razor Blade Typhoon. And you're probably thinking, what? The Razor Blade Typhoon? That should be extremely high, like a number 1. Well, it should be, but how much it shoots, it really makes it so it chews through your mana, and you only really get to shoot a couple things. But it is an extremely good weapon, and that's why it earned the number 4 spot, because you can shoot him with the golden shower, then end him off with the Razor Blade Typhoon. It's really good. And I got the 20 less mana cost, that's why it's not taking as much mana as for me, but it does chew through your mana a whole lot, and that's why it sadly could not make it into our number 1 or 2 spot, but it is an extremely good weapon that is really good, and that's how we got into our number 4 spot. Now, let's get into our number 3. In our number 3 spot, we have the Razor Blade Typhoon. And you're probably thinking, yeah, okay, Jonathan, I kind of understood what the Razor Blade Typhoon, the Razor Pine, holy crap, so many razors. But I can't understand this one at all. The Razor Blade Typhoon is just, it's the boss. It is legit the boss of all magic weapons, and it's really good. It's actually amazing. He's capable of killing a lot of enemies, really good on invasions and everything. But I see this weapon for killing invasions and everything, but there are some better weapons, and I figured out these weapons just a while back because they were new added. Well, one of them is new added, hint hint, one. But this weapon is really good with its high damage and everything, but we can only have a couple of spots, and this one just didn't make it because I know a better weapon, and that's going to lead us to our number 2 spot, the better weapon. So, let me tell you what it is. The better weapon that I was talking about is the Magnosphere. And you guys might be questioning what is a magnosphere, because really, I mean, I didn't even know what this book was until I finally got it from just staying inside the dungeon. So that tells you what it is. You get this book from the dungeon, and why I like it more is, for one, it can do a little bit more damage, and obviously it moves and shoots lasers at enemies, and I find that much better than a swirling little thing going around. And if you shoot more than one, it will disappear. But I just find this so much better, because with the Razor Blade Typhoon, you're having to shoot a lot to kill an enemy, or a swarm of enemies. With this, you just gotta shoot one, it's just gotta be killing all the enemies. So you can see it goes for a while. That's what's shooting all the enemies, like, around it. And I just find that better than the Razor Blade Typhoon. I mean, again, if you want to disagree with me, it's fine. It's my personal preference. But I just find this better than the Razor Blade Typhoon. So, and this weapon is also extremely fun using. I'm just gonna point that out. It feels like something that you would get from the Moon Lord. But, you know, I mean, we can't all be winners. But that leads us to our number 1 spot. So, let's do this. I'll see you when it's ready. So, our number 1 spot is the newly added Spectre Staff. Now, the Spectre Staff, you can also get it from the dungeon, the hard mode dungeon, and it's really good. It does about 70 damage and uses 10 mana. It summons a lost soul that will also chase your enemy, and you probably are like, how is this better than the Razor Blade Typhoon? And I know the Razor Blade Typhoon would be killing a lot of these enemies like one shot, but why I think that this is better than the Razor Blade Typhoon is, for one, it's easier to get, and that plays a big role in a lot of this stuff right here. How easy it is to get, because the Razor Blade Typhoon, let's face it, it is hard to get. You gotta kill freaking whatever his name is, Duke Fishon, and well, killing him is hard enough. Getting this to drop, even harder. Because I remember the first, like, 5-6 times that I was able to kill Duke Fishon. No, it wasn't. It was 5 times. The first 5 times that I killed Duke Fishon, I got stuff that I didn't even want. I didn't even get the Flareon. I was getting, like, nothing. And I remember I took a YouTube video to show how to easily kill Duke Fishon. I don't know, maybe I got it during that, and maybe I got the Flareon during that. I think I actually did. That's what I got. But it's really hard to get, and this is actually pretty easy to get, and it's pretty cool to use. I mean, again, it's probably not as good as the Razor Blade Typhoon, and I don't actually think it is, but it's easier to get, and that counts for a lot of stuff. It does the about same thing as the Razor Blade Typhoon. It's just easier to get, and you don't have to do as much stuff. So, guys, this was my top 5. To go back over it, on number 5, you got the Golden Shower to put the debuff on your enemies while you're fighting them. Really super helpful weapon, and deserves our number 5 spot. Number 4 is the Razor Pine, and this weapon would have gotten higher, but its make and mana cost is really large. That makes you lose mana a lot, which means if you don't have a, whatever it's called, if you don't have a, dang, why can't I think of the word? If you don't have a mana flower, it could be really hard to use, and you might only use it for a couple of seconds. Number 3, Razor Blade Typhoon. This would have gotten higher again, but harder to get. And number 2, Magnet Sphere. And it got its place because it's easier to get, and I like it more. Number 1, Spectre Staff. Easier to get. I kind of like using it. And that was my top 5 magic weapons. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please drop a like on this video. It really helps a lot with all the editing that I'm doing now. And I am really spending a lot of time in this channel now. Sorry, I'm not going to be posting a fisherman challenge video today. That's why I made this top 5 to make up for that, because I'm going to be posting YouTube videos every single day on this channel now. I made that decision, and see you guys later. Bye. Yeah.